It smells so good over there.
Oh, it's all because of Stanley Miller, who is the executive chef up at the Ritz-Carlton in Tahoe, Lake Tahoe. Stanley, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
And we're getting ready to celebrate autumn coming up this weekend. So what better way to celebrate autumn than to get our grub on, starting with some pork belly. Talk to me a little bit about this menu item that you're going to be making as an appetizer coming up for this weekend's event.
Absolutely. With this little pork belly with Berkshire pork that we use. And what we do is we brine the pork and then we roast it over a bed of onions. And what we're going to do here today is we're going to sear the pork belly. We're going to make some little sweet pea raviolis that we make in-house with a handmade ravioli dough. We'll be doing that, and we'll be sauteing some vegetables, some nice local mushrooms, some sugar snap peas, and we'll go from there and we'll put on a plate.
All right, I'm going to let you get to it, and I'm going to tell you guys at home a little bit more about this event that's going to be coming up on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You see the information there on your screen. For tickets and schedule, the website is TahoeFoodAndWine.com. And it's really kind of neat. Friday, they're going to be having an art of the cocktail class. And then Saturday, winemaker for a day. And really celebrating Northern California wines. They're going to have a lot of different wines and restaurants, a lot of restaurants from North Lake Tahoe competing, because then Sunday is the culinary competition and grand tasting.
Absolutely.
I know you're not competing, but another chef from the Ritz-Carlton is going to be heading the competition. Man, it's going to be a lot of fun for people to come up and really celebrate autumn.
It is. It's a lot of fun. It's that time of year, you know, the harvest is starting to come. You can feel the weather starting to cool down. A lot of good vegetables and produce. Actually, I haven't even created the menu for the dinner yet on Saturday, so
it's so fresh. He doesn't even know what it's going to be yet.
And I do not. We're actually heading to the market right after this. We're going to pick up some fresh vegetables, and we'll create the menu this afternoon.
All right, let's talk to me about the pork belly and how it's doing with its searing. How do we know when it's done and nice and crispy?
Well, it's good. You want a nice little caramelization. As you can see, how it's starting to get golden brown, and then the meat gets a little bit darker, but the fat's starting to get golden. That's what you're looking for. That's ideally. And you don't want to cook them too much because you don't want to cook out all that good flavor and all that good juice. So.
How do you know that you've cooked them the right amount of time?
Oh, you'll know when you pick them up. The outside's kind of hard and crispy,
okay.
But you still feel a little bit of springing inside from the softness of the meat and the fat that's inside. So.
Okay, now talk to me about how you're preparing the mushrooms, because I know that with mushrooms you want to use a little bit of butter to help bring out the flavor, right?
Yep. What we do is we do a slow roast on the mushrooms now. As you can see, they're starting to caramelize on the outside. What this is doing is cooking out some of the moisture out of the mushrooms, and then what it is starting to bring out some of the sugars. So you get some of the natural flavors of the mushrooms, so you get that nice woody and earthy mushroom to come out inside of it. But a lot of it just through the color and slow and low. You know, bring out the flavors, bring out the textures of the mushroom. And then after that, what we'll do is we'll quick saute on some sugar snap peas. Keep them nice and green, and then we'll get them on a plate.
And you can go ahead and toss the sugar snap peas in if you want to. And I know that we'll be doing the raviolis to wrap up the cooking segment a little bit later on in the 9 o'clock hour. But for folks at home who think, okay, I want to try making the pork belly myself, do you have any pointers for, like, I would be nervous to make pork belly. I would probably be more inclined just to order it maybe at the Ritz-Carlton. But if we want to make it at home, what do you suggest?
Well, it's very easy. You're probably going to have to go to your market or go to your butcher to be able to get the pork belly. A lot of times you won't always find it inside the stores, and just because a lot of people don't like to use it or they're not familiar with it. But you get it from your local butcher and just ask them for some of the pork belly. They can range in sizes. They can even give you pieces instead of giving you the whole belly. So you get that from them, and it's very easy. There's multiple ways to do it. You can salt cure them, you can brine them, you can marinate them overnight. Sometimes you braise them where you cook them in liquid overnight for 12 or 14 hours. Sometimes, like for us, it's just a couple-hour roast that we do in the oven, a high-heat oven.
We'll take that one. Paul, are you ready to do a little sampling?
Bring on the belly, man. That's fantastic.
Is your mouth watering over there?
And this moment, have we ever had it where the camera fogged up during getting too close to the food and it got wiped off? We got to get a little windshield wiper on our camera. I
missed that. I was so enthralled with what Stanley was saying. I didn't even see it.
It was great. I got brining questions, but we'll do that one at the end of the show. Stick around. It's 9.